Good evening, everyone. Good evening. How are you? Thank you so much for joining us for a stage reading of Philip Gatanda's Yohen. My name is Zachary Price. I teach in the Department of African American Studies. For the past 9 weeks, I have been guiding a course called Black Arts and Black Publics, Robey Theatre Company, and the Continuum of Black Performance in Los Angeles. This course has been a collaborative project between Robey Theatre and the UCLA community. The course has examined the history of African American theater and performance during the 20th and 21st century, and has been designed around 3 core principles of the University of California: research, pedagogy, and practice. Throughout the quarter, students have conducted both archival and ethnographic research at the Robey Theatre Company, interacted with professional theater artists and UC professors, performed close readings of scholarly texts, plays, and recorded performances, as well as live performances.
This reading is in the best tradition of Black studies in linking a history of art and struggle by critically examining the brilliant work of the Robey Theatre and its founders, Ben Guillory, and the incomparable Danny Glover. The Department of African American Studies is very proud to have served as a platform for this work, and it's a platform that has emerged out of struggles as well. While only recently having become a department here at UCLA, our department was preceded by an interdepartmental program which was founded in 1975 at an important historical juncture, one which reflected the broader struggle and social movement. Black Studies insisted upon the connections among art, lived experiences, and intellectual analysis, rejecting the notion that these things exist in separate and segregated spaces. Indeed, as a student at San Francisco State University in 1968, Danny Glover was a member of the Black Students Union, which together with the Third World Liberation Front and the American Federation of Teachers led a 5-month-long strike to establish the first Department of Black Studies in the country. This was the longest student strike in U.S. history, and one which not only led to the development of the department, but which opened the doors to Black students and to students of color who had for so long been denied access. And it was also a critical part of a movement that radicalized a generation, including mine, and put in motion a host of liberatory projects leading to ethnic studies and gender studies as fields of study and as sites for intellectual exploration and community empowerment. And this is why it's a particular honor for us to host this event. The journey from the IDP here in 1975 to departmentalization now, nearly 4 decades later, mirrors and reflects a sojourn of contemporary Black intellectual thought. As former interim chair Robin Kelly, who's with us tonight, so ably explained earlier this year, becoming a department is not simply a title change. It represents a claim on institutional space and the long overdue recognition at UCLA of a single interdisciplinary intellectual project centered on the experiences of Black people and Black life. The current moment we are in has produced its own demands for the recognition of Black humanity as part of the broader project of pushing for human freedom. So key to the success of this project is so many, and I want to thank our faculty, many of whom are here, who have contributed in so many ways to this year of our becoming. And while we're new, we start with great depth, and we have a remarkably diverse group of incredible scholars working across domains: history, literature, politics, philosophy, psychology, law, and art. And we're growing and looking forward to developing more events like this one that connect the work that goes on here with community knowledge and experience, all of which is central to the future. There's a personal note I want to make as well. There's another reason why this event is so meaningful. This play, authored by Philip Gatanda, explores through art some of the central political questions of our time regarding race, identity, community, and relationships. It stands in repudiation of the notion of the post-racial, the idea that we either have or should have gotten beyond race by now, whatever that may mean. Gatanda's work stands in connection with the work of another Gatanda, Neil, my colleague and intellectual interlocutor, who authored one of the great works of critical race theory, A Critique of Our Constitution as Colorblind. That work was deeply influential not only for my own work, but for the field of critical race studies as well. And it's another example of the way that concepts and meaning travel through and across disciplinary boundaries. The theater is a particular location and terrain in which art, culture, struggle, mind, vision, heart meet, And it's my great pleasure to introduce one of the great treasures of Black theater, Ben Guillory. Ben is director and artistic director of the Robey Theatre, and his vision is exceeded only by his generosity in opening the Robey to this project. I want to thank you, Ben.
Working with the students has been very rewarding. Working with young people who are as creative as these students were is always, I think, the high point in the creative process. To be in a room full of young minds that are full of questions and are very invulnerable in many ways to the barriers that, as we get older, we find some of us try to break through, some of us overcome, but some just acquiesce. But young people, they say, we can do this and move forward. And it's an inspiration to those of us who are somewhat long in the tooth. Philip Katanda's play, Yohen, was one of our early productions in 1999. It was a co-production with the East-West Players, the oldest theater company of color in the United States. They're celebrating their 50th anniversary. They're in Little Tokyo. Philip wrote the play with Danny in mind and Noble McCarthy, and the premiere was there in '99. Things went well there, too. There's so much tradition here. I will wait till the Q&A to get into some of that. But right now, ladies, gents, make yourselves comfortable. We're going to Yohen with Danny Glover and Karen Yu.
Smells good. What you cooking?
Just rice. I didn't have time. I got takeout at Mariama's. I told you, the traffic. After work, going back to Little Tokyo to buy food, I still have a ton of work.
No, that's okay. Anything's good. I'm hungry. I'm starving. I could eat a whole cow.
Let me get this into the microwave.
Jesus, Leo's cooking. It's a wonder we're not dead. He can't cook with beans. I know that. I mean, I take that back. That's all he can cook. And guess who washes the dishes? Oh, really? Hell, stuff just piles up a mile high, and it's all growing all this green stuff on it, man. Oh, Leo, Jesus. Without Rachel, he's a mess.
Sumi brings in Japanese appetizers on a nice ceramic plate, carried on a lacquer serving tray.
Here, your favorite. Sunday, I went to Little Tokyo to get it. It's got the nori on it you like.
It's like we're kids again, Leo and me. You know, I sell the fish, he just sits there in the cart, enjoying the ride, waving at everybody while I do all the work. Next thing you know, I'll be cooking.
What happened to your arm?
What?
There. It's black and blue.
Oh, nothing. I must have bumped it.
You've been drinking again?
No, I wasn't. It was at this park, and I ran into a bunch of kids. It's near Leo's, the park. No, nothing like that.
James?
No, nothing, wait a minute.
James?
We were all standing around, and we started talking. One thing led to another.
You started fighting.
They just wanted to test me.
Be careful around those kids.
No, this one kid, pretty good. He suckered me with a head fake, but he blocked the punch. I blocked the punch, rather. Yeah. Hey, I mean, he can hit.
You'll pull a knife and stab somebody.
You're only 13 or 14 years old, Sumi.
Look what happened last time. We let that kid stay in the house, and look what happens. You still want to go over there and fight with them. Why don't you do something better with your time? You're retired. You could do anything you want. You should be trying to better yourself.
I don't want to get into that again. Not right now.
Instead, what do? First thing when you get up, turn on the TV. What's that channel you watch? ESPN? That's the channel. Sports. Day and night, nothing else.
I go down to the club, and I work out with the kids.
And that's not what I mean boxing. Why don't you take classes like I do? The new semester hasn't started yet. You could take...
No, what do I have to go to school for? I got a nice pension.
That's not what I mean, James.
I mean, 37 years in the Army, that's enough.
Don't raise your voice to me.
Yeah, black folks got PhDs running all around. What they do?
That's not true anymore, James.
They're just sweeping floors. Black men always end up cleaning everybody else's mess.
Maybe before, but not now.
Oh, yeah? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I do.
I don't think so.
I do.
They sip tea and munch on senbei.
I don't think so.
I need a beer.
I got this new book. His name is Rosenjin Kitoji. His plots are, look, you have to look. The Japanese, their aesthetic sense is so far ahead of the West, we don't try to fight nature.
Finds a particular photo and shows it to James excitedly.
Wait, these Japanese artists, huh?
He's supposed to have bawled out Picasso once for being late to a meeting with him. Rosenjin, can you imagine somebody doing that to Picasso? And he was a gourmet cook, Rosenjin. He ran his own restaurant and served all the food on his own plates.
This one's crooked.
You use a hand wheel. It's not going to come out straight like some machine.
I don't know, it looks crooked to me.
You don't know how to look at it. That's part of the Japanese aesthetic.
Yeah, but that half is sagging there like it had a stroke. You make better pots than that, Sumi. You do.
James, you don't understand it.
No, look at it. Look at it. You
James.
You make better stuff.
No, I don't. This is a pot by Rosenjin Kitoji. He's considered one of Japan's finest potters.
I wouldn't buy this crap.
They're priceless.
Okay. I've been thinking about what happened last time. What you were saying, okay. Maybe you are on to something, okay? Right? Okay, maybe you may not know what it is, that it is something, what the something is, but now I know it's something, okay?
Sumi picks up one of her pots.
Called Yohen.
Oh, you know what?
Yohen. The type it is. I don't know the kanji. Hen is the character for change, but yo could be fire or appearance. My teacher told me about it. It's an accident in the kiln firing that changes the pot. It gets too much heat and warps, or a piece of ash falls on it, causing it to be discolored. Most times it doesn't turn out good. Kizumono. Break it up and use it to pave the dirt road, but once in a while the accident turns out right. Then you keep it. It's hard to tell. It's a matter of taste, Yohen. To some it looks ugly, to others beautiful. You think it's ugly?
I don't know.
Some are prized by tea masters. They give them names.
The pots?
Yes. They name them. Silly, huh?
So what are we going to call this one?
What?
I mean, this Yohen or whatever. What did you call it?
Yohen.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's give it a name. Like the old tea masters did. What kind of names did they give them?
I don't know. There's a famous eagle water container called habukuro.
What does it mean?
Torn pouch.
Something that sums this baby up, speaks to his shape. Sumi's ass. Yeah. Yeah. Sumi's ass. And how does that go in Japanese? Sumi's ass. Come on now. How do you say that in Nihongo?
I don't know, James.
Well, Sumi as the ass is Oshiri, right?
Right.
So it's Sumi's no Oshiri. We could have a tea ceremony like your mama liked to do. All of us sitting around on that tatami, being all proper and everything. The air is so still, the night is so beautiful, listening to the cicadas sing, see this. Surely a thing of this beauty must have a name. Yes. What? Sumi's ass.
Careful, be more careful, James. You wouldn't want to drink from this anyway. It's not Talon. It would be a water container. You don't like Japanese things anyway.
I do too.
Why can't you act more American?
Oh, that was a long time ago, and that was just about the food.
No. Wear this kind of American dress, cut your hair like this style. You wanted me to change overnight. You didn't like me the way I was, just like your father.
Oh, come on. I don't do that anymore.
Not like your mother. She knew me.
So,
What I was going through.
I wanted my own kids, lots of them.
I was sick.
You could have tried after we got back here if you wanted to.
I had high blood pressure.
If you didn't want kids, why didn't you just tell me in the
Did
beginning?
you want me to get sick?
Then it would have been different, Sumi. Then it
Did you
would-
want me to have a
No,
stroke?
I would have known. I could live with that.
I've always loved you. With you, I could breathe again. I laughed again. I did things I couldn't do before, say anything I wanted to, things that would shock a Japanese man. But with you, it was okay. And I could tell you liked me. Even though I was divorced, you liked me.
What are you talking about?
When we came to the States, I saw how people looked at us.
Sumi, why are you talking about this now? What does that have to do with me and Jesse?
They told me how it was when you marry someone who isn't white. If you're married to a white GI, you get treated different.
Oh, shit.
I didn't believe it, but I saw how people looked at us.
You ever notice how black women looked at me, Sumi? Because I'm with you? Whoa. This nigga think because he got him an Oriental thing, his shit don't stink. So we both get looked at funny. That's the way it is. So what's the big fucking deal? And what's this got to do with anything? We were talking about Jesse and me wanting kids.
I come from a very proud family. My father was samurai.
Oh, your father, your family again. A good Japanese samurai family bullshit. You hardly lived in Japan. You lived in Manchuria, for God's sake.
We came from a samurai line that dates back to the Takeda clan.
Yeah, your father ran a fucking lumber mill in Manchuria, and he was ripping off the Chinese people left and right. They hated him. Why shouldn't they hate him? It's their country, and the Japs come and make them work for your father like slaves. It's their goddamn country.
Okay. Yes, they spit on us. When my father led us to the train, the Chinese villagers all lined up and spit on us. But my father, still proud, still strong.
My father building something. I came from a samurai family. We had the biggest house in Manchuria.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about what's inside, what Papa felt inside, what I feel inside, what I want a baby to feel inside.
No, it's about something else.
It's not, James.
You wanted a baby. You're not wanting a baby. It's about something
It's
totally
not,
different.
James.
Oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Then what is it?
I can live with how people look at you. But what I can't accept is how you look at yourself. You believe it. Accept it. I wanted my baby to feel pride, my pride.
What? Accept it? What? Jesus fucking Christ. What the hell you know about my pride, huh? You don't know shit. You don't know shit about what are you talking about? Growing up in a rich Japanese family.
You were different.
How?
You were different.
How?
You were. I could see that's the man I love, the one I looked up to. That man, you were proud, so proud, just like Papa.
But that was in Japan.
Right. And when we got back, I could see the difference, and then I understood.
You shit. You shit. All these years, if you didn't like being married to a nigger, why?
No, James, that's not it. You don't
Why didn't you say so?
understand.
Leave, get out. You know something? I didn't like being stuck with a fucking Japanese princess. So polite and so proper in Japan. But once we get to Seaside, boom. I don't like cleaning. I don't like cooking. Complain. And everything has to be Japanese. Goddamn everything. I'm up to my eyeballs in Japanese. And I can't help it. If you don't like what I am, I'm not going to apologize for it. Jesus. This is what I fucking am. This is America. I'm a black man. And this is where I live. It ain't always pretty, but it's home. And what you see here in front of you is all there is, baby. Not what you thought you saw 37 years ago in Nagoya. What? Huh? What I went through, what I was feeling, I don't know. There, I'm walking down the street. I just felt strong. Like I could say anything or do anything, and it was okay. Nobody was gonna jump all over my butt. Like this big, huge weight on me was lifted off. And just something like walking, swinging my arm, kicking my legs up and feeling so good. I was walking. I wasn't walking and watching to see how other people were reacting to me walking. No, I was just walking. Swinging my arm, kicking my legs, strutting my stuff. It doesn't exist anymore, isn't it? It wasn't real.
What am I doing here? Who have I been married to for all years, James?
Fucking princess looking down her nose.
After 37 years married to you and putting up with your crap, and your crap has nothing to do with your color, believe me. I wanted to leave. In the beginning, and the other Japanese wives on the base, I was from Manchuria. I was so lonely. Sometimes I would pull all the shades and cry all day, waiting for you to come home, and sometimes you didn't come home, James. When we moved to LA, I felt good. Finally, I could feel at home. But they look down their noses at me, the Nisei. I married a GI. And on top of that, he's Kura-chan. I was so lonely. I wanted to go home. I wanted to go home so bad.
Sumi.
James.
Is that why you didn't want a baby? Because you didn't want to have my baby.
Don't say things like that.
No, a black baby.
You didn't hear me. It's about pride, not color.
I think you get it mixed
No,
up.
I didn't even know what this color thing was. Black, white, you were the Americans, you were the victors.
Look, your pride changed into something else.
I was sick. The doctor said so. James, what are you? I don't know, I'm mixed up. Did you want me to die for your baby? Is that what you wanted?
You wouldn't have died.
Is that what you wanted?
Notices the pot, looks at it.
Can't tell if it's good or... I don't know what happened to us.
Sumi, please stop. Sumi, stop it.
Can't help it.
God damn it, stop it.
James, I know in my heart I wanted your baby.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Sumi.
But what?
I don't know. I'm just sorry.
James, maybe we can adopt. We talked about it.
Jesus, Sumi, look at us. We could be
I
grandparents.
know, but from Japan, I have family there still in Nagoya. My cousin, the one who's in the government, it can be arranged. People do it all the time.
Sumi, we're old. Old people don't adopt. Besides, I don't want a Japanese baby.
Are you staying tonight? Why don't you stay over? Please? Please stay, James.
I can't.
Just tonight.
No.
Just, this is your home. I want you back, James. I want you back here. This is our home.
Sumi reaches out to the pot.
Sumi, don't stop it.
It's ugly.
James is about to
No. Fucking Christ, stop. Sumi, stop. Stop.
Sumi pushes the pot closer and closer to the edge of the table. It's teetering at the edge.
Sorry.
Do you love me?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Watches her, then exits. Sumi stares at the door for a moment, then down at the pot balanced on the table's edge. Slowly, she reaches down and places her hand on the pot. She feels its texture, almost as if her hands were trying to discover something. She lifts it and begins to examine it. Fade to black. End of play.